Hey everybody, it's Wednesday. Fantastic day. Rough night of sleep, but I'll get into that in a second. Today is the first day of fall. A lot of fall scents are coming out. I picked up the Soap Commander fall scent, and then they've got their Indian Sandalwood, picked up that as well. And then there's another one which I already own, and I'll tell that story in a minute for those who don't know about it because it's been a while since I talked about it. But B&M Leviathan came out. They say coffee, sandalwood, and leather are the three main notes. I'll get into that as well. I'm going to use my Smoke 1305 aftershave. Nothing goes better with a good leathery type aftershave than Malpais. I almost went Tombstone, but I decided Mal would be the day. ATTS1 Repair Platinum Luxe third shave on it. And then I'll probably, if I have time, head shave with my injector. Go ahead and start loading up. So yeah, there's a lot of soaps coming out. I know other artisans might be out today too, but those are the two that I happen to notice. I'm using Leviathan because it is being released today and I had already had it from last year. But backstory on this soap. I have Rome. Rome is one of those that I use, another B&M leathery scent. I use, maybe once or twice a year. It has to be cold days. I can't just use it whenever. Because it's just extreme, and it's good, but it's a very, very extreme scent. It's a love or hate. But with a person that I know that really hates Rome, says it smells like, I think wet rubber bands or just rubber bands, really loved Leviathan. And I looked it up, really liked the idea. I don't really pick up coffee, but you get that leathery scent. It's more like an earthy leathery to me, like a dirty leather. But there's other stuff there where Rome is just really punchy. So a lot more approachable. Still one of those like a B&M scent can tend to be where it's either love or hate. And a lot of those, they've got some ones that some people just despise. This one to me, it's got a nice scent to it. It's not just a winter scent. Really good for fall. I could use it fall, spring, winter. A little early for me with the temperature for me to use it here, but it's release day. It's first day of fall. So, but yeah, so I wanted to find the soap, and being seasonal, or once I learned it was a seasonal soap, I was like, oh shoot, I won't be able to get it. And so I went on one of the buy-sell trade pages, Wet Shavers Enabler, and made a post that I was looking for it. And I had just missed, somebody had just sold one, I guess. But somebody on the buy-sell trade page, I can't remember who it was, it's been a little while, they messaged me and said, hey, I was searching for it for you, which first of all, awesome. Talk about a community aspect type deal right there. Person decided to take some time out of their day to search for me and found the old, I think it was Foursquare website that B&M had. And it showed one in stock. And he's like, hey, doesn't hurt to, he goes, I don't know if you can order from this site or not. It's definitely a B&M page. It's not their current one. Okay, now I'm getting more. It's a while since I used this, so I didn't remember any of the coffee note, but I've got a little bit more of a hint of coffee underneath my nose now. So definitely there's some there. But, so first of all, lather, super easy. So that happened, and so I get it, and I'm like, part of me just wanted to just go ahead and order it, even though it wasn't their current site, wondering what was going to happen. But I thought better of it. I was like, oh man, what if my money goes in there, it's not connected, it gets lost, the hassle. So instead I decided I'm going to contact B&M. So I contact him, and Will is the owner. He was busy at the time, but I got a hold of, I believe it was his mom. She works with him as well. And so, I mentioned it. I asked if that was their site. They said yes. And I said, well, it shows you have one. I'm really interested in this soap. And you know, is it coming back out? And she's like, yeah, it's coming back out in the fall. And I'm like, man, it's spring. I think it was springtime. So I was a little disappointed. So, but she said, well, let me go look around. I don't know if they have a warehouse or, you know, garage, whatever. Oh, 2 days growth, by the way, mowing it down. Mild razor that just is super efficient. So she goes and looks for it for me. And next day, I get an email. We found one. You could tell the label beat up, all that kind of stuff. You know, it's the little watertight deal. I don't care. She said, yeah, it was just lost in the warehouse. And they found one. So I asked how much, you know, because obviously there was no price list anymore. And out of the kindness of her heart, she goes, we'll just send it to you. Didn't have to do that at all. I would have paid full price for it. And, you know, obviously, talk about, you know, customer relationship right there. I've got how many of theirs now? 3, 6, 7 Barrister and Man products now. At the time, I think I had Solstice, and yeah, all I had was Solstice and Rome. Got rid of Solstice. So, oh, and I previously had Seville. I got it again, but I picked that away to a good friend of mine, even though I still loved it. But to me, it was just one of those things that it's like, once again, it's that artisan aspect of it. Just really taking care of the customer. Thought that was, you know, they didn't have to do that. And she very easily could have said, oh, let me go look. Come back a few minutes later. Nope, didn't find it, and never even looked. Or said, oh, no, that's our old website. It's out of date. So to me, that was just really cool. I love the scent. Performance Barrister Man is killer. It's gonna be mid-90s today, and I have no problem with the scent today with it. So to me, it's definitely more versatile. Was going to use a straight today, but I knew I was going to be talking a lot, so I switched it up. So that's my my talk there. Man, nice shave. And this stuff is just slick. Post shave on it. It's really nice. Oh, I know I've mentioned a few times about my ankle issue, all that. I finally went to the doctor yesterday, diagnosed with 2 heel spurs, plantar fasciitis, which I'd had before. And then they believe the cause was an overly tight Achilles. So, working on that. It was amazing once they diagnosed it and I started looking at it and I started looking at my range of motion. I'll show you something here in a second. It's be easy 3-pass, plenty for my head. But one of the cool things was, if I were to take, you know, imagine using my feet, put your ankles at 90, and it's a little hard with the wrist, but if you were to bring your toes back without pulling on them, but just flex back to see the range of motion, my left ankle, which was the one that has the bad Achilles, it was noticeable when you're sitting down on the ground, pulling the toes back, to see the difference side by side. Now this is at the gym today. They didn't do it at the doctor's office really, but to see the range of motion difference, it was extremely noticeable. So definitely glad I'm getting that taken care of. Got a cortisone injection. Taping my, they're having me tape my foot for 3 days. And then I tried to keep the tape dry so I could not have to retape it, but that didn't work. Tried putting my foot in a bag and all that. So then I'm just working on mobility on it. Just make sure I get that ankle as flexible as possible, or the Achilles. So everybody was doing their warm-up. I was doing some extra mobility work on my ankle. And the mobility difference afterwards was extremely noticeable. It was actually, they're both on par. Obviously, the one's going to tighten up more. Go straight to my head. My left one will continue to tighten up until it, just because obviously it was warmed up and all that. So, it'll be, work through time. It's actually feeling pretty good right now. Modified the workout. There was running and box jumps, so I did rowing and box squats, just so I didn't put too much stress on the ankle by going down too far. I wanted to make sure. I still want to get box jump. When you jump up there, you kind of, depending on how high a box it is, you kind of get a squat in there, so we're still working the leg aspect of it, so I'm still getting that leg burn. Love me some Barrister, man. Performance is just awesome. I skipped yesterday's shave. I did wear Country Club Southern OUD as my, I guess you call it cologne. Yesterday, that's all I did. I just splashed it on. Didn't have a whole lot of time with having to go to the doctors and knowing I was going to be there for a while. I just showered and threw that on and got done and went for coffee afterwards and a quick lunch. And I know some might say I should be putting cold water on my face right now, but honestly with this soap, it's super hydrating and slick right now that I'm not really worried about the current effects of, I can't even grip it. To give an example, if I try to pull without alum, my hand's just going to slip even though I've rinsed it off, which actually I'm going to need a little because... So my face is still being conditioned at the moment with the residue that's still there. So that way I can just do cold water rinse at one time. But I highly suggest you guys check out this soap, but also the Soap Commander. I can tell you from experience, the sandalwood is phenomenal. Got to test that. And I have no doubt that the woody berry one is going to be good. Their soaps are really good in general. There's a few that I'm not over... There's nothing I hate, but there's a few that just aren't for me. Which you're going to find that with every artist, and there's going to be a couple you probably don't like. Or you might like, but not enough to buy. But from all their seasonal scents that I've smelled, even the variety when they have their testers, they've never missed. So to me, that's huge. It's like I feel like I can buy with confidence their seasonal stuff and not have to worry about, is this going to be good or not. Dry this off a little. One over. I still overwatered it a little bit, but if money wasn't a factor, because the budget's extremely tight now, I would have bought the whole experience of the seasonal. But as it was, I just bought each one of the soaps. The Indian Sandalwood, which is, I think that's Commitment, or I forget the names right now, sorry. Whichever one the Indian Sandalwood one is, comes in a, I think it's 3 ounce, so it's a half size. So it's $10. And the other one is 15. Totally fine by me. I was going to buy 2 of the Sandalwood. And I might, assuming in 2 weeks that they, one of them might talk to them, see if it's going to be something they'll bring out on occasion, or if it's going to be it's just running for a couple months and then it's gone. If it's something where they're going to bring back in a year again or something like that, then I'll be fine with the 3. But if it's one of them that's going to go away and not come back ever again, I'll go ahead and order another 3 ounce. Gotta nick that spot again. That little zit up there, it's almost gone, but alright, I'm going to clean up real quick and I'll be right back. Alright, I'm back. Malpais by Phoenix Artisan Accoutrements. And you could see, I don't know if you'll be able to pick this up, but you'd see the alum kind of floating in there. So, good stuff. It's going to go perfect with soap today. A little brighter than the soap. But extremely nice face feel. Keeps along with that leathery type scent, but there's so much more to this than just leather. So that's what I got, everybody. Fantastic shave. ATTS1 performed awesome as always. Tomorrow I may be using, I've got it set up from 2 days ago, John Varvatos Artisan 4711 11235 and my Curly Mango by Brad Sears. So it was supposed to be yesterday's shave, didn't happen, it might be tomorrow's. I gotta run to work. God bless everyone, and we'll see you tomorrow.